What's up guys, it's Will here from W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the 2016 Mustang GT Premium. And this GT Premium is going to have the performance package, it's going to have the convertible, and it's going to have a 6-speed manual transmission. So for those of you guys who don't know, I always have and always will be a huge fan of the Ford Mustang. That was my first car. Always have been a fan, always will be a fan, but I'm just a big fan of the V8 sports cars in general. I personally right now own the Camaro LT1. But this 2016 Mustang GT Performance Pack Premium with the convertible is going to be just about fully loaded with every option you could possibly have. It's going to be the best way you could have spec'd it out at the time. Ford released the Ford Mustang in 1964 and a half, and since then it's been absolutely killing it in terms of sales compared to the competition, often outselling the competition 2, maybe even 3 to 1 at times. So it's been absolutely killing it. That's why it's never left production since it came out in 1964 and a half. It's the only vehicle in the segment that's been like that. The Challenger, the Charger, the Camaro have all left the segments in the past. But here we have the 6th generation. This is the pre-refreshed styled 6th generation Mustang GT. Of course, you're gonna have the 5-liter Coyote V8 engine. It's gonna make 435 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque here. Enough to get this thing to 60 in the low 4-second range with the 6-speed manual transmission. Of course, that's gonna depend on how quickly you can shift the gears. I'm not gonna be testing out this vehicle 0 to 60, of course. But with these 275 Firestone Firehawk Indy 500 tires, it should be pretty capable 0 to 60. It should be pretty sticky. But as far as the styling, it's gonna have the old school pre-refresh styling. I personally prefer this. However, the post-2018 refresh style is definitely starting to grow on me. But here we have the 2016. Let's jump right into it. You're gonna notice up front, you're gonna have your LED headlights with 3 daytime running strips. And when we start this thing up, you're gonna see it looks really nice. But down here, you are gonna get a fog light. That is also nice. You don't see that very often. My Camaro does not have fog lights, and I also like how we get a front splitter. I don't get that on the Camaro either. But coming up front, I like how they kept the horse chrome for the black appearance package. I know they blacked it out, and I personally prefer having a chrome horse with this black grille. But speaking of the black grille, you can see your radiator behind it. Down here, you got a little bit of additional airflow as well. So as far as airflow, you are going to have a pretty good amount. And over here, you're going to have 2 heat extractors. So as the air is coming in, it's also going to be efficiently coming out. But if you can take a step back, you guys can check out the front styling one more time, and we can come over here and check out this wheel and tire setup. So over here, we're going to have our 19-inch rims. They're going to be wrapped in Firestone Firehawk Indy 500 tires. These are pretty sticky tires. They are very highly rated and very good value for the money. I may be putting these on my Camaro LT1 in the upcoming weeks, so definitely stay tuned to see how they perform with my car. But on this car, they perform very well. You're going to check it out once we take this car out for a drive. But up front, you're going to have 255/40 R19 tires, so pretty wide tires for the front. You are going to have offset rims. They're going to be 275s in the back. We'll check those out in a second, and you can see these massive rotors with your 6-piston Brembo brake calipers. That's, of course, coming on your performance package. But over here, you got your 5.0 badge. You got your side splitter, too. Definitely a fan of the overall body kit on this car. Definitely gives it a much lower appearance. But coming over here, you can see we do get tinted windows on this particular Mustang. The owner has chosen to put it on with your convertible top right here. But this convertible is pretty easy to use. We'll check that out once we go inside. But continuing along over here, it's nice that we do get a push to open gas tank with easy fill. Of course, 93 octane or premium fuel in general recommended. But check it out down here. You are going to get your 275/35 R19 tires back here. These are still going to be your Firestone Indy 500s. So very sticky tires. You can see they definitely pick up quite a bit of dirt. But coming along over here, the body kit does continue down here. You are going to get parking sensors too. That's nice. And you are going to have a rear view camera with trajectory, which wasn't mandated yet by the government. So it's nice that you get that here. Back here, you're going to have your sequential taillights. They go one by one. I'm sure you guys have seen it 100 times. Back here, you got your GT badge. You got your antenna. You got 2 antennas. That's interesting. But coming down here, you got your exhaust tip. It's not going to be the loudest, not the loudest overall stock exhaust. They definitely took care of that for 2018. But we'll take a step back. You guys can check out the rear styling. And let's start this car up and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, so that was of course the sound of the 5-liter V8 sold by Ford for the Mustang. And with the stock exhaust, it's not that loud, but it still sounds very good overall. But let's pop this hood. Not that easy to do with one hand, but as we lift it up, you're going to notice no struts, unfortunately. It'd be nice if they offered you that, because it is really hot over here. But All right, so here you have it. So since this is your performance package, you are going to get your strut tower brace. It does say Mustang GT up top, and here's your motor overall. So it's going to make 435 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this thing to 60 in around 4.2, 4.3 seconds if you can shift the gears real quick. But other than that, that's about it. Pretty good design. There is a decent amount of space to work, but we'll shut this hood right now. I'll show you guys the process. It is really hot. But we'll take one more step back and let's go ahead and check out the interior on this 2016 Mustang GT. And you are going to get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. And for here, for the mirrors, you are going to get a little blind spot pocket, which is nice. But as we open this door up over here, you're going to notice you don't get any soft touch materials for the upper part of the door panel. That would be nice to get on the premium trim. Up top, you are going to get a pretty thick window pane, and as you see, we do get tints on this particular model. But over here, we're going to get some stitched leather. It's nice to have that. Very soft down here, also very soft for the armrest. Nice touch over here. Good quality grab handle over here. You're going to get power one touch on the way down, but on the way up, as you notice, you're not going to get power one touch, so you're going to have to press it and hold it. But anyway, you're going to get your four-way mirrors over here, and this of course controls your rear windows right here, and these are not power one touch. But you lift it up and you'll see once we pop this convertible top down how these automatically pop down as well. But anyway, you can see before we step in, you're going to get a Mustang illuminated nameplate over here. You're also going to get an illuminated Mustang horse that glares down at night. But as far as the seats, you're going to see that you got power sliding seats with two-way height adjustments too. That's nice for your lumbar adjustments over here. Unfortunately, even for the premium trim, we're not going to get any power recline. That is unfortunate, but not a very big deal. But anyway, that's about it. We can take a step inside this 2016 Mustang GT, and we'll turn this air down so you guys can hear a little bit. But here you have it. Of course, since this is the premium, we are going to get the 8-inch touchscreen. But anyway, as far as the steering wheel, it's not going to be that thick. I do wish they gave you a thicker steering wheel. The 10 and 2 bolstering notches, not that impressive, quite honestly. And the 9 and 3, not the greatest. So overall, I'm not very impressed with the steering wheel. It's a slight improvement compared to my 2014 Mustang. But anyway, it's still not quite as good as the steering wheels you're going to get on the post-refreshed model. But over here for the middle, you're going to get your pony, of course. The quality of this area feels pretty nice. You press the horn, very aggressive sounding horn, so you would expect that with this Mustang GT. But anyway, coming down here, no flat bottom, of course. But the steering wheel itself, very large. It's definitely a huge diameter steering wheel. As far as the steering wheel controls, over here you got your infotainment controls, so you can adjust what you see over here on this LCD display. So you can see your miles, your average miles per gallon. You can see all sorts of information. But over here you got your main menu. You can see what your gauges show. So you can see tire pressure, you can see your air fuel ratio, cylinder head temp, oil head temp, all that. And you got your distance empty right here. You can see that permanently. Go back, you can see your trip fuel settings, track apps. We'll check those out too. So this car has line lock. That's pretty cool. We're obviously not going to test that out here. Lap timer, launch control. That's pretty interesting, but still we're not going to test that out here. You can see your results and your braking performance. These are all track only over here. But over here you can also see the 60 to 0 timing, 100 to 0 timing. I'm sure you could also see 0 to 60 and 0 to 100. But we'll get out of here for now. You can see your driver assist settings right here. We'll see what that gives you. So you got auto engine off, hill start assist. That's nice, considering this is a 6-speed manual, and rear park aid. But that's about it over here for the overall settings. You can adjust the, vehicle settings. You can adjust alarm, lighting, locks, oil life, tire mobility kit, windows, and all that. You can see the color, the ambient lighting display. We're not going to see the ambient lighting since it's daytime. But again, at night, I'll try to snap a little shot for you guys. But you can set it over here. You can see your My Key over here as well. So you can see it over here. You have 2 keys, but no one has set up a My Key for this car. Adjust the display over here. You can see your distance, temperature, tire pressure, and the language. But we'll get out of here. We'll just chill over here at the trip/fuel. That's where we were before. So as far as the tach, you're going to have a 7,000 RPM tachometer. They have increased it for the post-refreshed Mustang GT. It's sitting around 7,300 RPM now. But for this 435 horsepower variant on the 5.0, you're going to have a 7,000 RPM red line. Of course, over here, you're going to have your 160 mile an hour speedometer with your gas gauge underneath. And I like how it gives you an arrow so you see which side your gas tank is on. But anyway, up top, you're going to have some leather trim Up here, I like how they give you those little cowls on the dash. Over here, you got some faux aluminum. It looks pretty cool. I'm not quite sure what they were going for with it, but it does look pretty nice. I gotta give them credit for that. Over here, you got your oil pressure with your vacuum gauge. As you rev up the car, of course, you can see the vacuum gauge playing around with the oil pressure moving as well. But anyway, pretty nice interior. I really like the way it looks for this GT Premium. I was impressed with the layout for just the base Mustang GT that we've already reviewed in this channel, but this is also very impressive. Down here, you're gonna have some very soft stitch material for where your knee will often hit. But below over here, it's gonna be all hard plastic. I like this overall design here as well. Of course, you're gonna have heated and cooled seats. Huge plus for Florida right now. Definitely impressed with that. You're gonna have your settings over here, hazards. You can turn off your traction control. So you can set your traction control over here, and you can see that it lets you know on the display. But as far as the steering feel, you can see that you can choose between sport, comfort, and normal. But I'm gonna leave it in sport because even in sport, you're gonna have some pretty light steering. But one thing I'm not a fan of is check out this play. There is a decent amount of play in the steering. It may be because it's a 2016, they just need to tighten things up. But definitely not impressive for a sports car. The Camaro has literally zero play. As soon as you start moving the wheel, you definitely get a response from your tires. But it's still a pretty limited amount of play. I'm just saying that for a sports car, especially considering the very sticky summer performance tires on this car, it should have a little bit more on-center feel. But anyway, continuing over here, you can adjust your drive mode right here. So you have between normal, that's where we're gonna be spending most of the time. You also got Sport Plus, Track, and Snow and Wet mode. But anyway, we're gonna leave it in normal for now. We are gonna test out Sport Plus too. That'll be interesting to see. Of course, we get auto climate with your engine start stop over here. So down over here, you're gonna have your USB port. You can see that we do get a shaker sound system in this car, and it sounds pretty good, very impressive. But anyway, you can pop this glove box right here. You can see not the most space. You'll probably fit between 7 or 8, maybe 9 license plates, but more than enough space. As far as the seats, we'll move some of this crap out of the way, and you guys can check them out. So they're gonna be really comfortable seats. I was not expecting them to be as comfortable as they really feel. Most reviewers always say nice things about the seats, but they are really comfortable. So the bolsters, they're gonna be supportive, but over here they're very soft, so it's not gonna be pinching in your back at all. As far as the perforated material over here, it's not the softest, but it does feel very durable and high quality. This car has 40,000 miles on it, and there's absolutely zero sign of wear on these seats. So definitely a thumbs up for Ford. Definitely a good job. Only complaint about these seats, although we have cooled seats, they don't really work that well. They do work, I can definitely feel them working in my back, but compared to some of the competition, it's just not quite up to par. But anyway, this is a 2016 car. Again, things need to get replaced, things need to get updated. But as far as the convertible top, what you do to open it up, all we do is just simply unlatch it. Oh, I'm not even sure. Okay, so you unlatch it like that, press and hold the button, and the windows come down. All 4 windows come down. You can see the top folds away. Nice. So we'll take a step outside so you guys can see the overall design with the top down. And I really like it like this. I'm not a really big fan with that soft top just sitting up there, but once it's down, the overall styling on this vehicle is definitely impressive in my opinion. But we'll do a full little walk around. We are gonna hop in the back seat, see how much space we got back there, but I'm gonna let you know right now, there really is not much. But as far as the overall styling, definitely a thumbs up with the top down. I like how when it's folded away, it kind of looks like there's a cover on it. They definitely thought it through. Very impressive. But let's take a step into this passenger seat over here. As you see, you do get smart access here as well. But we're gonna take a step in here, slide it up a little bit since we're gonna be checking out the back seat. And if you're gonna have somebody that's 6 feet tall sitting in the back seat, your passengers are probably gonna make some compromises. So we're gonna sit like this. This should be good. So my knees are not touching the front over here. I have a decent amount of space for my feet. I'm definitely not complaining as a front passenger. But we'll take a step out of here and see what we got in the back seat. Again, we're gonna move this crap out of the way. But to get into the back seat, I'm not sure. There's a latch right here. Okay, cool. So taking a step in here and pulling it back. So not the most space, of course, but these seats are really comfortable. Definitely a thumbs up for these seats. I'm actually beyond impressed with how comfortable they are. But I'm not sure how much headroom I would have if the roof was up. We're not going to find that out. But with the roof down, I'm not too uncomfortable back here. My feet, I have a little bit of space for my feet down there. My knees, they are starting to touch, but that's all expected. As far as the seat, like it feels like I'm sitting in a bucket. Very comfortable, very supportive back seat. But we're going to hop out of here and check out the trunk on this Mustang GT. But okay, shut this door right here. And I hope there's a button to pop this trunk, because I didn't even, okay, there we go. So pop it right here. And okay, so the opening, not the largest, but it's a little bit larger than the Camaro opening, not by much, but it's not even close to as large as the Challenger opening, which is also not that large. So if you're looking for a vehicle with a big opening that has pretty good performance, you want the V8, I would definitely send you towards like a Charger Scat Pack or something. But check it out, there's a space, not the most, partially because of the convertible, it's gonna be using up a little bit more space. We'll take a step back, you can check it out. But we can shut this trunk, take a step back, and let's take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, so now that we've just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2016 Mustang GT Premium with the performance package and the convertible, let's take it out for a drive and see how it performs. And we're on a really rough road right now, and you can see that the ride quality is not that bad. You got like some serious bumps out here, and it handles them really well. And as far as the power, it's really strong. But all right, guys, we got a little bit of a smooth road. It'll be a good opportunity to see how this car can accelerate off the line. So just leaning into it right here, slowly off the line, and on the gas. Woo! Really fast, guys. Woo! Yeah, we don't have to push it much farther than that. I hope you guys get the point. But yeah, this car has a lot of power, and still on the bumps over here, you don't really feel much. It handles the bumps really well. And at some point, we'll take the top down. It's a pretty nice day right now, and I'll give you guys a good opportunity to see how it is, the way this car is really meant to be driven. But we got a little bit of a sharp turn coming up. We'll throw it into third gear, get it up here a little bit, speed up a little bit. Woo, just barely tapping the gas. This thing can really move. But okay, second, and on the brakes, and throwing it in, and it is so sharp, even at high speeds and coming out. Woo. It rained not too long ago, so it stepped out a little bit coming into third gear. But we don't have to beat it up much farther. We're in a little bit of residential area right now, but we got a nice back road coming up. It'll be a really good opportunity to see how this car can handle. Let me fix this camera real quick. But all right, but okay, throwing it in. Wow, so sharp. Oh wow, this thing can really grip. And coming out, good torque. We're in third gear right now, and it still has plenty of punch. We'll drop it down to second gear and see how we can come out over here. Guys, it is nice. And boom. Guys, yeah, this thing can really move, but we don't have to go much faster than that. This car can really go really fast, really quickly. Okay, we'll turn around right over here and check out this car's turning radius, which not the best turning radius. However, I didn't really do it much favors with the angle. And the backup camera here, you guys aren't going to be able to notice it, but you have really good resolution. And again, guys, this clutch is really easy to feel, and coming out just barely on the gas, daily driving, shifting, just nothing crazy. It's really smooth, and the shifter, it's really notchy, no complaints at all. But the sixth gear, I don't know if other people notice this with their Mustangs, but the sixth gear, it's kind of hard to get into, but throwing it into this really sharp turn, wow, it just grips. There's so much grip, guys. It is fantastic. Woo. Fun car, guys. I really like this car. But we got some more twisties coming up here. We'll drop it down to second gear and see what we got. Nice. Woo. Rev limiter, I was not paying attention, but guys, this thing can really fly. But just throwing it through these turns, you got great steering feel. It's not the most but it's not the most on-center steering feel. There's a little bit of wiggle play, but as soon as you start feeling those tires like moving, you have a really good feel through the wheel. Definitely a thumbs up for Ford. I just wish it felt a little bit more on-center, but that could be due to the vehicle being 5, almost 6 years old, so can't complain about it too much. But yeah, guys, this car is really awesome, and we're starting to get to the point where you can pick them up for around $25,000, $30,000 for models that have 30,000 miles on them. That's a fantastic overall bargain. You know, you're not gonna warranty anymore, but you're still gonna have one hell of an engine with this 5-liter Coyote. You got a great 6-speed gearbox. I know it's not a Tremec, but it still feels really good to ship. Definitely a thumbs up. The clutch feels great. Great car overall, and the handling's fantastic with this performance pack, even with the convertible. I know the convertible is gonna slow down the handling a little bit, but it still handles really, really well. I think it handles significantly better than the 2018 base model Mustang GT that we reviewed on this channel. All right, guys, we're at my favorite back road here in beautiful Mexico. Let's take this 2016 Mustang GT out for a fun little drive. And again, the clutch feels absolutely great. The motor feels fantastic. Guys, this thing is fantastic. But all right, guys, throwing it in. It feels so nice, guys. But comparing this to my Camaro, it still doesn't feel as sharp. Even for the LT1 trim, I feel like Chevrolet really knocked it right out of the park. But for this performance package trim, once you throw on these stickier tires, you got the upgraded brakes, you got the upgraded suspension, you got the strut tower brace, you end up with a really good overall package, guys. It is fantastic. Guys, you will definitely not be fishing for any type of power. Guys, this thing can really move, but we got somebody in front of us, so we're gonna calm down a little bit. I hope you guys can really get the point. I'm gonna try to strap on the hat so you guys can get a nice POV cam shot on the way back to the place, but again, this car is an absolute blast. But given that this car has truly ridiculous grip with these 255 tires up front with 275s in the rear with these Firestone Firehawk Indy 500 tires, I definitely might be considering putting these on in the next week or so. So please stay tuned for that video. I'm going to take my car through a very similar test. I'll definitely check out and see how the grip is overall. And for the value that you get with these tires, you can get a set of 4 for around 700 bucks. So you'll be saving around like $400 or $500 compared to the Michelins. But if we're gonna say Michelins are 10 out of 10 tires when you go for the Pilot Sport 4S's, I would say that these are probably like at least an 8, 8.5. These are really fantastic tires. But we got a little bit of open road right here. It'll be a good opportunity to see how this car can accelerate off the line. But just leaning into it right here, offline. Let's go. Guys, this car really speaks for itself. There's not much I can say. This thing is one hell of a beast. But we got a couple more little corners over here. We'll throw it in here, guys. This car is fantastic. It is an absolute blast to drive. I will recommend it to anybody looking for a car that can put a smile on their face. But we're gonna turn around here. We're gonna go head back. I'm gonna put the hat on. You guys can see the POV footage of this car, and I'll catch back with you guys in a sec. All right, guys, getting back setted. Hopefully we don't get in front of anybody's way. But all right, guys, back out here, just ripping it through Mexico. Ooh, some real nice turns. But we caught up to another Mustang, guys. Looks like we're gonna be taking it easy from here. So I guess it'll be a good time to wrap up this video. All in all, super impressed with this car. I would 100% recommend it to anybody looking to buy a sports car. This car should absolutely speak for itself in terms of performance. But all in all, guys, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time making this video. Truly fantastic car. Really grateful for the opportunity to be able to review it. But other than that, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know, the channel is just not possible without you guys. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, join the W.T.F family. But other than that, again, I had a great time making this video for you guys. Truly remarkable car. Looks like we'll have a good opportunity to get a little acceleration right here. Woo. Wow. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Again, thank you so much, and I hope all of you have a great day.